Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. For this video, we are diving into a topic that might raise some eyebrows: extradition and the United States. We will walk you through the essential steps involved, share tips to help understand the process, and discuss the laws governing extradition. Extradition is the legal process through which one country formally requests the surrender of a person for prosecution or to serve a sentence in another country. Extradition laws and procedures can vary between countries, and the United States has extradition treaties with many nations. There are key points one must consider regarding extradition to the United States. The U.S. bilateral extradition treaties are agreements between the United States and other countries that allow for the arrest and surrender of a person who is wanted for a crime in one of the treaty partner countries. The United States has extradition treaties with more than 100 countries, but not with all countries in the world. Some of the countries that do not have an extradition treaty with the United States are China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Russia. The extradition treaties vary in their terms and conditions, but they generally have some common elements. They usually require that the crime for which the person is wanted is a crime in both countries, known as dual criminality, that the crime is serious enough to warrant extradition that is usually punishable by at least 1 year of imprisonment, and that the person is not a citizen of the state from whom extradition is requested or has not been granted asylum there. The treaties also usually have some exceptions that allow the requested state to refuse extradition, such as if the person would face torture, death penalty, or political persecution in the requesting state, or if the person has already been tried or pardoned for the same crime known as double jeopardy. The process of extradition involves both legal and diplomatic steps. The requesting state must submit a formal request to the requested state, along with evidence of the person's identity and criminal charges. The requested state must then evaluate the request and determine whether it meets the requirements of the treaty and its own laws. If the request is accepted, the requested state must arrest the person and bring him or her before a judge or magistrate, who will decide whether there is enough evidence to justify extradition. The person may also challenge the extradition on various grounds, such as lack of probable cause, violation of human rights, or abuse of process. If the judge or magistrate approves the extradition, the person may still appeal the decision to a higher court. The final decision to extradite the person rests with the executive branch of the requested state, which may consider political and humanitarian factors in addition to legal ones. If the executive branch agrees to extradite the person, the requested state must arrange for the transfer of the person to the custody of the requesting state. Extradition is a complex and often lengthy process that involves multiple actors and interests. It is intended to promote international cooperation and justice, but it may also raise issues of sovereignty, human rights, and fairness. The U.S. government has used many reasons in its extradition requests, the two most common reasons being dual criminality and extraditable offenses. Extradition is typically granted when an alleged offense is considered a crime in both the requesting and requested countries. This principle is known as dual criminality. If the offense is not recognized as a crime in the requested country, extradition may be denied. Extradition treaties often list specific offenses for which extradition can be requested. Serious crimes such as murder, terrorism, and drug trafficking are commonly included. It is worth mentioning that some treaties also allow for extradition for offenses that carry a minimum sentence, regardless of the nature of the crime. The alleged offender has the right to two options when there is a request for his or her extradition. Individuals facing extradition have the right to legal representation and may challenge the extradition request in the courts of the requested country. Common defenses include arguing against dual criminality, demonstrating a lack of evidence, or raising human rights concerns. In some cases, individuals may choose to voluntarily surrender to the U.S. authorities rather than go through the formal extradition process. This may be done to expedite the legal proceedings or as part of a negotiated agreement. There are important considerations for individuals involved in extradition proceedings to seek legal advice from qualified professionals who specialize in international extradition law and regulations, as the process can be complex and varies based on the specific circumstances and the countries involved. It's important to note that specific details of extradition procedures can vary widely depending on the countries involved and their legal systems. If you are facing extradition, it is crucial to consult with a qualified legal professional to understand your rights to explore potential defenses. Amicus International Consulting has the experience and knowledge to provide you with options on extradition and its related issues. Contact Amicus for a free consultation today. This is Anton from Amicus International Consulting. Thank you for watching our channel.